guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a shop my stash video. I finally found some time since we're on quarantine. I found some time to shop my stash and to get some of my old favorites out to create a look for you guys. So I created this really like blue, dreamy, soleil, living, giving, using two really iconic palettes, and it is the Lorac Pro2 and the Urban Decay electric palette. You guys know that this palette is so sickening, so iconic, and I was really lucky to get my hands on it. I'm super excited. So I also used a bunch of old school favorites that I loved, and I cannot wait to do this video again. Still love this look, and I hope that you guys too, so I really hope that you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead and start with the eye. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay a super light base of cool gray. I'm gonna put a little bit of that on like my crease area before I go in with the blue. I'm going to go into that cool gray right here and just throw that in the crease. Just lightly, literally so lightly, like that much. Just to kind of define that line and my crease. Okay. Perfect. I'm going to start by packing on the blue. We're gonna go in with the darker one, which is the one from the Lorac Pro2 palette, and that is called Navy. So here, and I'm gonna take a Sigma E55 and just pack that color like that. It's super pigmented, so be careful. Get a ton on my brush and just pack it on my eye. Do you see that? It's kind of like almost a pigment. Like, I love this color, and so I want to keep it a little low. I'm going to make sure to go all the way to the tape so that it can create like a cut crease shape, and then I'm going to bring it just up a little bit, and I'm going to buff this out, so I don't want it to be too high starting off. When I first got the Lorac Pro2, I thought I was doing it, this cool tone palette. I was like, what? And even though it is a cool tone palette, it still works for people of colors. It's such a good palette, I love it. Light brown and cool gray, I'm gonna mix both of those. This blue, which is Chaos from the electric palette. Oh my gosh, so good. And then we're gonna buff out this blue. So we're just packing and blending just to kind of get that base ready. Just wipe off my brush a little bit and then go in and blend. Okay, so I have blended it out, and I'm probably still going to go back and do lots of more blending just because that's what you do when you're working with colors. But I'm now going to go in with a little bit of concealer on my hands. So I'm going to go in there and then just kind of create a cut crease kind of. Now we're gonna go back into Chaos, load up on the blue. Okay, so now it's time to do the face, and for the face, I remember I had literally like the world's most glowy skin. When I was looking through my stash, I was like, okay, what products will give me that skin that I haven't used in a while? And so I came up with these two things as primers. Well, one of them is not new. It's my e.l.f. booster drops. You guys know I love these, but the NYX Shine Killer. This primer is so good because not only is it good for like keeping shine at bay, at the same time, it's really good at hydrating the skin and creating a flawless and like really smooth base for you to have for your foundation. So I love these booster drops so much. Like, oh my gosh, they're so freaking good. Now it's time for the NYX Shine Killer. It's just like a super clear jelly primer that gets in your pores and mattifies you, but it still hydrates and soothes the skin. So when you're talking about getting like really dewy, delicious skin, you really want to focus on like a really full coverage hydrating foundation. But for me, I didn't want to use a hydrating foundation because of my primers. So I picked the good old school Milani Conceal and Perfect. This isn't too old school, but it's still old enough in my collection that it made me go, oh my gosh, I haven't used it in forever. So I'm in the color 13 Chestnut, and I'm gonna be using this to do my foundation. I'm gonna do the Boudet of the Beauty Blender. And oh my gosh, this foundation has the best coverage ever. I really miss using it all the time. I think I used this foundation probably for like almost a month straight, and I ended up buying like another bottle. And I think after like the second bottle, I just didn't buy it anymore. I was trying so much different makeup. I just not only forgot about it, but I just moved on to something else. Still loved it though. Now we're gonna move on to concealer. And for concealer, I picked two of them because I didn't really know which one I wanted to use. I got the Makeup Revolution Fast Base Concealer, which was one of my favorites. This is in C9. And then I got my CoverGirl It's Lit True Blend Concealer, and it literally does not have a shade on it. Go ahead and use this. And I'm really sorry that I don't know what color it's in, but it's super light. So I guess you can kind of judge from there. I don't think they had many shades either. Ooh, what happened? Do y'all see what's happening here? Okay, that's not working out. Let's see if it'll work with my finger. That was really bad. Okay, moving on. For powder, I went old school on y'all. I got the MAC Dark Deep Powder, and this is what I love to use for my face. I'm also going to use this to set under my eyes. So let's go ahead and set under the eyes first. I don't even know how old this powder is. It has to be like super duper old because it's in the really old MAC packaging. But it hasn't like broken me out, so we're still gonna use it. And I'm gonna use my e.l.f. complexion brush. And for bronzer, oh my gosh, who remembers this e.l.f. contouring and blush and bronzing palette, Turks and Caicos? Oh my gosh, this was like Nitra B's favorite. I think it was Nitra B's and the Glam Twins' favorite. And I definitely hopped on the bandwagon. I was like, if it's their favorite, I need it. So I'm gonna take this on my cheeks like this. I'm also gonna use like some blush, but I just kind of want to add a little bit of color back into my face. I'm gonna stop it there. Why did I even put on edge control? Like I put it on just for giggles. Okay, so for eyeliner, we're going to be using, this is the Ruby Kisses 24-hour eye define eyeliner. Oh, pastel blue, there we go. Pastel blue, I just get this from my hair store. There we go. So I've got like a little flat brush here. This is like from Sally's. And I'm gonna go into navy charcoal right next to it. And then we're just gonna stamp right under that eye. Keep it super close because we're gonna blow it out later. And we're gonna go into Chaos and blend it out. And we're gonna be really careful because we don't want that blue getting everywhere. For the glitter, I'm going to be using some Duo Lash Glue and the infamous MAC Reflex Teal Glitter. You can never run out of this. I'm going to take a little bit of the Duo Glue, just like this, and go like that on my hand. Can you see? You guys know how to apply glitter, just a little bit. Right in the inner corner. So we're gonna go right inside the inner corner like that. And it literally is gonna take it to like another level. All right, so there is the glitter. So I'm gonna throw on some lashes and some bottom mascara, and then we're gonna come on and finish the face. All right, so I'm back. I have put on some lashes and completed the eyes. So now it's time to complete the face. And I'm going to be using a cult classic Wet n Wild Heather Silk. So good, such a gorgeous blush. Like, I think they still sell it, and I think they sell it in like, of course, new packaging. But oh my gosh, this was one of my favorite blushes. I feel like I wore it like every day of college. If I wasn't wearing like MAC Raisin, I was wearing Heather Silk. I feel like every YouTuber back in the day was using this, but I feel like I heard it first from Nicole. Okay, so for highlight, I have an oldie but a goodie. This is the Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Duo in number 2. Who remembers this gem? Everyone was obsessing over these two. And then I also have Bobbi Brown Bronze Glow. Who remembers this? It came out like in a Christmas launch, like when I was in college, and I remember I missed the first round, and then it came back in the regular packaging and I got it. So I don't even know if they still sell this, but I was so happy to get it. So I think I'm gonna go with the Makeup Forever. I'm gonna save the Bobbi Brown for another day. I'm gonna load up, because in that look I was super glowy. Now it's time to do something to these lips. And for my lips, they were super nude and super glossy. The two nudist lipsticks that I have, old school Wet n Wild AO33, which looks like this. Super pretty. And then I grabbed my e.l.f. Touch of Nude, which looks like this. And I think the Wet n Wild is a lot more nuder. So we're gonna go with that one. And for lip gloss, I have is this Melted Toffee? Yes, Melted Toffee from CoverGirl, which I was so obsessed with these glosses back in the day. I'm gonna be using Morphe's lip liner in Richie. This is in the old school, but I don't have any old lip liners. Now we're gonna go in with the Wet n Wild. So nude, oh my gosh. Super duper duper nude. And then we're gonna go in with Melted Toffee. I hope this doesn't like burn my lips. These are kind of old. We'll see. Oh my gosh, do you see how like good and milky that is? So this is the final look. I'm just gonna set everything with the Rimmel spray now.